How did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or a warm meal to eat, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
But the good news is, there's an organization making a big difference. Covenant House.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and the tools they need to succeed in life.
I have no words to express how Covenant House changed my life. They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
When youth who are experiencing homelessness, safe place to sleep.
Truth Nation! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
The best way to start your day. Cutting through the noise and bringing you the real stories behind the headlines.
Talk to someone about how you feel. Do not internalize it. Do not consume it. You deserve to be heard.
It's time to wake up with Milwaukee's favorite morning show.
It's not just we canceled it, it's over, it's a done deal. Shouldn't be that way. That program still should proceed no matter how a few may go against it.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
Telly, where are the watch party? Where the brothers gonna be? I just wanted to see what she was gonna do.
This is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Here are your hosts, the effective communication coach Denise Thomas and two-time Emmy Award winner Telly Hughes.
It is Tuesday, January 16th. A lot's been going on. Yesterday, we had a great MLK Day celebration. Hope everybody had a great MLK Day. I know the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated celebrated their Founders Day yesterday. Was it called J15?
J15.
J15. Somebody else, another fraternity. The
sorority J13
Deltas?
Was Deltas.
Okay.
Yes.
Shout out to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta and the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated. I know they're doing their things right now with the sounds that y'all make. So, and I know that if you are not Greek, don't you dare.
Just leave that alone.
Exactly.
Leave it where
I
it
respect
is.
it. You know, I'm me. My sound is, let's go. So if I hear you saying let's go, I'm going to have a problem with it. Good morning, Telly.
Good morning, DT.
How you doing?
Whew, it's frigid out there, boy. Frigid. So frigid that MPS has closed again today, which was a great call. I don't even know why it took this long to figure that out.
Like who's standing outside?
Yes. No
waiting
one
for the
is going to
bus.
be at the bus stop.
I don't even want to take I never even wanted to take my kids to school. You know, like if worst case, you know, school's open, but the busing is closed. And
yeah.
It's disrespectful.
Well, if you are a parent of a student that's in the Wauwatosa School District, you're going to be taking them to school this morning.
Wauwatosa School?
They are open.
Why?
Because it's a community school where most people they don't even have a bus system. So you either walk or get dropped off, where I'm sure you'll get dropped off this morning.
Okay, let me ask the question
but
again.
They open.
Why?
Hey.
Why?
That's above my pay grade. But I do know that, again, Milwaukee Public Schools will be closed today due to the frigid temperatures that we are expecting a high of, well, I think this is right now. It's -6, feels like -26 outside. So be careful. I mean, this is dangerous cold. This isn't like, it's just, it's all right. It ain't that bad. No, it is that bad.
It's just disrespectful. It's just the temperature is just disrespectful. It just feels like little knives. And we were talking about this earlier, Truth Nation. Benjamin, good morning.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that climate, it's something. We were talking about, little things that we take for granted that we do. And I don't want to say little. For me, it is because, it's just me. So when I go to the grocery store, I'm the person that probably has 10 items or less. But I just want to ask Truth Nation, when you go to the grocery store and the temperature is the temperature that it is, can you consider just getting your ducks in a row? Because I don't have to. It's like people want to stand in front of the entrance and look at their grocery list or, get the kids situated. It's like it is literally.
Yeah. You got to move.
You got to move.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing.
I mean, I know it's cold and it's going to slow you down a little bit, but you should want to move faster so the faster you move, the faster you get out of this stuff.
Like another thing, if you're in your warm car and you're backing out of the parking lot space and you see someone outside with a grocery cart full of groceries, let them go by.
Let them go by, please.
You know what I'm saying? It's like all these rules of engagement that I'm like, y'all.
This is basic stuff.
And I'm telling myself this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, most grocery stores where the indoor liquor store is right by the exit.
Typically.
And so people coming in and out, well, I'm trying to get my liquor.
Yeah. Just chill.
I told you, but yesterday I just had to get some cauliflower rice and my Tito's.
That ain't too much of an ass. That's not too hard. Huh?
Man, I try to take the cauliflower rice into the liquor store side of the store. We don't check out groceries. I'm like, man. So I had to go back out. Now, mind you, the knives.
Oh yeah.
They were just hitting my face because the doors are opening. So when I go back, this guy in front of me, he not only orders liquor, and now mind you again, the doors are just and that knife just keeps hitting my face. This dude was like, "Oh, let me get some cigarettes too." You smoke and drink? Where do you? It's 20 below. Like, where do you smoke?
What did I tell you? If I was a smoker, a cigarette smoker like that, I would only smoke during the summer.
You're a seasonal smoker.
I'd be a seasonal smoker. They'd be like, I thought you either addicted or you're not. Well, you know what? I'm 3/4 addicted, all right?
Man, 3/4. No, it's seriously, stay warm, y'all. And in all seriousness, when I was walking into the studio this morning, I was thinking about how fortunate people are, in the operative word, the sense of the word fortunate, to have power.
Yes.
Heat.
It's amazing, DT. You must have been reading my mind. I just clicked on this. Thousands without power for 3 days after snowstorm slammed southeast Wisconsin. So you can't imagine not having power. I mean, and you only have a fireplace in these type of conditions. Like that's rough. So prayers to those people as well.
Man.
And hopefully your power is restored sooner than later, because this has to be extremely tough. I don't even know if you could stay in a house without any power. I mean, you got to get to the warming center.
Which we do have some information to share regarding the warming centers. And I hope before we get into where these locations are, if you know somebody that has a lot of pride and is not going to say anything, just share with them this information because we are literally in the midst of a snow emergency. The city of Milwaukee declared Milwaukee as a snow emergency city, which basically means that for those that do not have power, the Milwaukee Health Department has designated North Division High School as an emergency shelter. I want to say that again.
Good.
The Milwaukee Health Department has designated North Division High School as an emergency shelter and is now accessible to the public, especially as Telly had reported for those who were impacted by power outages. Because this is like beyond. Now, if you, again, you know some prideful folks that don't want to say anything, just send them a quick text and let them know that if they are in need of a warming center, all they have to do is call or dial, I should say, 211.
And other precautions that you could take as well. If you know you live in an older home, you have older pipes, make sure you turn your faucet on and allow some water to go through there because, again, your pipes could freeze. These conditions, they require different measures. And like Denise said, take pride out of it. Take anything. If you need somewhere to go to be warm and safe, North Division High School is an option. There are other warming centers that will be established throughout Milwaukee.
And we've got those listed. 6. We've got those listed here for you on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. You've got repairs of the breach, which is on 1335 West. And I always say this street wrong. What's it called, Ben?
Villette.
Thank you. Villette Street.
Or Villette.
Villette.
Yeah,
for
Villette.
both men and women. You have the Guest House of Milwaukee, which is 1216 North 13th Street. That's for men only. That's in Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Rescue Mission, located at 830 North 19th Street. St. Benedict the Moore Parish, and that's located on 930 West State Street in Milwaukee for both men and women. Tippecanoe Presbyterian Church, located at 125 West Savelin Avenue in Milwaukee, as well as the Joy House Door of Hope. And this is for men, women, and families. And that's located at 830 North 19th Street in Milwaukee. There's also some that are located in Hell's Corner, New Berlin, etc. Find warming centers. Check on your family members that either are older or that are higher risk for injuries or illness. Limit the time, like as Telly was saying earlier, that kids are spending outside in the weather, including dogs. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Ernie. So I'm like,
he ain't feeling these temps.
I'm like, Ernie, you have to use the bathroom. Like, don't do your granny like this. Don't do me like this, Ernie. Man, I opened that door. Ernie was like, shoo. You know, remember the lieutenant from The Wire?
Yeah.
Ernie was like, matter of fact, he didn't even go outside. He just stood by the door. He looked at me like
no.
I don't even know why we're standing here because I'm not going out.
Yeah. Man.
Truth Nation, the Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. If you are a pet owner, in particular a dog, because you know cats you ain't got nothing to worry about. They don't need to go outside. They don't need to be walked. If you're a dog owner, can you give me some advice on how I could get my grand dog Ernie to walk in these climates? Because I know that, look, the health department said, like, don't have your dogs out in the cold that long. I get it. I'm just trying to get Ernie
just 30 seconds.
Just 30 seconds. And Ernie is like, ain't nothing happening.
You don't have like clothes for Ernie? Does
Of course. We're not even gonna go there. Are you kidding me? You should be asking who the designer is. That's the That's the right question to ask.
Man, you better throw Ernie a turtleneck on and tell him to go use the bathroom.
I'm telling you, Ernie is like, ain't nothing happening, Granny. So Truth Nation, again, watch us right now You can stream us live, watch us on YouTube. Just simply go to YouTube and search for 101.7 The Truth. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch Telly and I live right now, as well as give me some advice on how I could get my grand dog, English Bulldog Ernie, because English Bulldogs, they are the epitome of stubbornness. Yeah, Ernie's like, he's looking at me like, Randy, it ain't happening. You can give me all the treats you want. I'm going to eat them, but I'm not going out there.
Yeah, it is dangerous out there. And for everyone, again, I mean, even for humans, be careful. Be careful. If you don't have to be out there, I suggest you don't. But if you do, layer up, take every precaution because it's real. You don't have anything to prove. Oh, it's not that bad. It is that bad.
Oh, it's life-threatening.
Yes.
Like the temperatures, when a city declares a snow emergency, you best believe that these conditions that they are life-threatening. And I don't mean to perpetuate or try to cause fear, but this is truth be told. We got to keep it real. We got to tell y'all the truth.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office reported that 3 men have died since Friday. And the probable cause was hypothermia. At least 6 people have checked in to hospitals due to frostbite. The last 24 hours, y'all, if you're out just for a few minutes, 3 minutes you're out there, your body's going to let you know it's time to go. Like, when you get that tingly, like numbing feeling, you don't want to get to that point.
Yeah. I can't stress enough how real it is, and don't think you have to prove something or like, I'm just going out for a minute or I'm just checking the mail and I don't need to throw. I'm telling you,
man,
you bundle up like you're going to be out there for hours if you're only going to be out there for minutes, because it only takes minutes to get frostbite in these conditions.
And I keep telling folks, including myself, I should say reminding, Black people. Okay, I broke it down to my son this way. He was like, I never thought about it that way. When the colonizers were determining, okay, look, we gotta make this thing called the Republic, the United States of America. We need manpower. Like, we need people that can work in extreme hot conditions, sun up to sundown. Their bodies are designed to adapt to extreme warm weather. Africans.
Hey.
This ain't Black folk weather, okay? So you add on that for us. Because remember, we were the sole provider of the world's hottest commodity during slavery, which was cotton. Our ancestors, sun up to sundown in states like, what are now states, but then like areas like Virginia, Texas, Mississippi. What's the weather like in the summer at minimum? Hundreds.
Yeah.
So when you think about Black folks in this type of climate, we ain't built for this.
Look, why do you think it was you escaped north to be free?
Come on. Come on. You see what I'm saying? See, so when I tell my non-Black friends, they're like, oh man, this is really not that bad. Well, of course, you're from European, you got European descent. This is your climate. This is your natural environment.
Yeah, this ain't ours.
This ain't ours. And so when you start to get into the negatives and the single digits, our skin, like, what was that football player that plays for Miami, and when they went to play in Kansas City, he looked like Pookie from New Jack City, just lips, just white.
Oh, Tyreek Hill.
I'm the same way. Look, I'm Black, and before you start talking about 11:59 versus 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I am a Negro. I am Black. Whether I'm beige or not, my skin, my hair, like I told my son, the texture of our hair, that is all part of the sun. Being able to, like our thick, coarse, that's...
We're all equal in the winter. Everybody's the same color in the winter.
Okay.
Ashy.
Black folks, colorism does not apply
in the winter.
In the winter in Milwaukee. All that you beige, because we all ashy.
Yeah.
My lips literally look like Chris Rock, Pookie in New Jack City. The football player, they tore him up. And I'm like, y'all give the brother a break. It's cold. He came from Miami to Kansas City.
Come on. And it was only -9 degrees.
Speaking of which, and I'm going to, when we come back from break, I'm going to show y'all some essentials on YouTube. I'm going to hold them up. I don't want to endorse, so I'm not going to show the actual label name, but I'm going to at least hold up 2 essential items that all black people should have, especially in Milwaukee, in your backpack, in your purse, in your bag, in your wallet, whatever. 2 essentials. Truth Nation, what do you think they are? What are the essentials that you keep during these kind of climates as a black person? Oh, we're going to learn today, because I'm going to show y'all when we come back. Stream and watch Telly and I live right now. Download the Truth app. We've got a great show. We got some actually good news announcements today.
Yeah, quite a few.
Martin got their flowers last night during the Emmys. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some folks that are no longer in the race for Republican candidate.
So you ain't even got to know how to pronounce his name anymore.
We're going to tell you what that name is when we come back. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on the award-winning 1017. We'll be back.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Today, we honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
The Selma to Montgomery March was part of a series of civil rights protests that occurred in 1965 in Alabama. In an effort to register black voters in the South, protesters marched the 54-mile route from Selma to the state capital of Montgomery. The historic march and Martin Luther King Jr.'s participation in it raised awareness of the difficulties faced by black voters and the need for a National Voting Rights Act.
Happy MLK Day from 1017 The Truth. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Justice is about receiving what we deserve. Quote Audre Lorde, who said, "There is no such thing as a single-issue struggle because we do not live single-issue lives." And that said, any freedom, including reproductive freedom, is our human right to decide what is best for our own lives. Reproductive freedom is about having bodily autonomy, which is the same as being able to control what happens to our bodies, including the decision to continue or terminate a pregnancy, rests with the pregnant person at all times and in all circumstances. Because when rights don't apply to all individuals and at all times, they are not rights. They are not rights. And as Black people, our rights are conditional way too often, whether we're talking about during police encounters, quality housing, or, some job opportunity.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute on the new 1017 The Truth.
For the brave men and women of our United States military, it's been said, some gave all, but all gave some. Here at Tabak Law, we honor these sacrifices by working to ensure veterans receive the benefits they're entitled to. I'm Jim Brzezinski, partner and VA-accredited representative at Tabak Law. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied or feel that your condition was not properly evaluated by the VA, visit tabakattorneys.com to set up a free evaluation. At Tabak Law, we fight for those who fought for us. Contact Tabak for the payback. TabakAttorneys.com.
All insurance companies, they want to know where are your cars housed. Right. They want to know how far are you driving to get to and from work every day. Mm-hmm. They want to know all these different things for weather patterns. Are you living in northern Wisconsin or are you living down in Tornado Alley somewhere in Kentucky? These things make a difference as to how your insurance rates are formed. It needs you to be factual, and every single time somebody commits these different frauds, it all adds up and everybody ends up paying the price for it down the road.
Erie Insurance, providing the protection you need and the service you expect, all at a great price.
Join the Milwaukee Bucks on February 8th as they kick off their Black History Month celebration with a game against border rival, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not only can you watch the best scoring duo in the NBA, the Bucks will also be recognizing the amazing contributions of African Americans in our community while highlighting incredible organizations who truly epitomize who and what Milwaukee is all about. So join in on the Black History Month celebration by getting your tickets to see the Bucks take on the Timberwolves by visiting bucks.com/tickets.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, y'all gotta tune in to YouTube and check us out because Denise is one of the few people that I know could be in mid-sentence, and if she hears a song, she's just gonna start dancing.
Everybody says that. I do have ADHD. I haven't been clinically diagnosed, but I'm quite confident that I do. I read magazines backwards.
What?
Yeah. You know,
on purpose.
We were talking to Yeah. No, it just,
it just seems like it happens every time.
So when we had Journey yesterday on the show, and how you said that was one of your top 5. I thought that was so kind. You said that was one of your top 5 interviews. And we had Journey on the show yesterday. Like I was telling, do not try to hold creative people down, even if they demonstrate their creativity at a young age. Like, let them be who they are, even if it doesn't seem normal to you. Because I'm telling you, my mom, shout out to her, which, by the way, happy birthday to my mom, y'all. Can y'all send my mama some love? It's a milestone birthday for my mother, too, but if I disclosed her age, she would literally.
So can I say it?
Yes.
She won't be mad at me. Hopefully.
Exactly. Because look.
I was just about to say something, then I was like, I was going to say, well,
let's just
she probably can't give me no whooping, but she still can.
She put her mouth on you. You know how the elders are. Let me put my mouth on you.
Wow.
I'll say this
birthday,
she celebrated.
Denise can't say it.
Yes.
I'll say it because I think it is a tremendous, tremendous milestone. And all the 8 decades, 8.5 decades.
Isn't that crazy?
85 years old.
Go, mama!
Man, that is something. That is something.
And she still moves around, cooks, throws down in the kitchen. Man, although she said cooking is starting to wear her out, which I get because my mom, she cooks. Like, it's not like me when I just.
I think we can give her a pass at 85.
Yeah.
You know what, Mom? You can sit down now.
And I told my mom the other day. I said, "Look, Mom, I got you now. You took care of me. You're the reason. You and Dad are the reason why I'm who I am in terms of my career. Because as I was saying, every day my mom, she's getting calls and letters, and Denise talks too much and she's too loud. My mom could have easily been like, shut up. Mm-hmm. But she was like, if this child is reading at 3, loves to talk in front of people, that's a gift. Mm-hmm. So shout out to my mom and all the parents out there who let their creatives.
You made me think of something when we were interviewing Journey and the way that she brought her dad to tears. It was because I didn't, when you have on headphones and a lot of stuff going on, I didn't even realize it until I turned around and I was like, wow. Man. But I mean, I get it. You're a girl dad. Yeah, I got 2 girls and
one of which was inducted into the National Honor Society.
And I was very moved by that as well. So I totally get Mr. Granberry. Shout out to him. And I know that she killed it. We didn't get a chance to hear her speech.
Dude, Journey was busy. She had interviews. Yeah, she had the media waiting to speak to her.
Yeah, she had a lot going on. A lot going on. Denise, we got to get to the essentials.
Yes.
We need for essentials. But before we do, we getting some action on the True Talk to text line. Hit us up, 833-212-1017. Wesley says, good morning, Miss DT and Mr. Telly. I know the 2 things I always carry in the wintertime, baby oil and some cinnamon breath mints. It warms me up.
Nice.
Yeah.
You remember the gum Big Red?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look, everybody's like, yeah. Do they still make Big Red?
I'm not sure.
I don't chew gum.
Yeah. It was either Juicy Fruit or Big Red.
Exactly.
Yeah, those were the 2 gums back in the day.
Cinnamon breath mints. Shout out to Wesley. Oh, Chauncey says on the Truth Talking text line, happy 85th and many more to Mama Denise Thomas. Thank you so much. I will pass that on to her, Chauncey. Now, here are my essentials, and you got to go to our YouTube channel. You got to subscribe to 101 or one. Let me be exact. 101 decimal point 7 space the truth. You type that in.
We'll pop right up.
We're going to pop right up. Now, here, I'm not going to show the name because they're not paying us to. Advanced, can they see me, Ben? Advanced.
I think you're right there.
Advanced Repair Hand Cream, okay? Advanced Repair Hand Cream. I'm going to put some on right now because the skin, again, black folks, educate your non-black friends and let them know. we originate from Africa. Ain't no single digit. Can we fact check? What's the lowest temperature it's ever been in the history of Africa? I guarantee you it's not going to be anywhere near no 20, 30 degrees. Here's my essential winter item number 2.
Uh-huh.
I'll just say it's called Beeswax Lip Balm. Y'all know what time it is. Look. I just got to just hold the can. Look, there's another one. Because for people like me who got soup cooler lips, got to keep them moisturized. Oh, yeah. Ben, you never heard that before? Yeah. Got my soup coolers.
You see my lips. I mean.
Yeah. You definitely got. You are a part of the soup cooler club. Okay? Essential item number 3. Now, y'all know what this is. Got to have the toothpaste.
Yeah.
And the travel size. Because if it's cold and you can't necessarily get to somewhere and you got the.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to be ready.
Yeah.
Because when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yeah. Now, you gave 3. I said all of that can be balled up into one. Good old Vaseline. You could put it on your skin.
That's so
you
true.
You could put it on your lips. Some people even put it in their hair. Good old petroleum.
Not the little comb you part the scalp. Come here, girl. Your scalp look dry. Now take this. Moisturize your scalp.
Vaseline.
Moisturize your lips. And get them kneecaps.
Yeah. Make sure you get them kneecaps, get them elbows.
Please.
Yeah, get them knuckles.
Oh, I was going to say, please get the knuckles, fellas. And I'm not speaking for all women, but I done seen some of y'all try to holler and got the most powdered donut knuckles, lips.
I can't even believe
I can't take you
I'm
seriously.
about to say this.
It happened to you?
Look.
It's okay. Every black person.
You've brought this out of me. No, that was the main thing my mom used to always get on me. She'll be watching my pregame show, and she'll be like, you know what? You look sharp. She's like, why do you always got them ashy hands? And my thing was, and what's crazy is I hold a microphone so people see my hands.
Yeah, man.
But that would be the last thing on my mind before I go on television. It would be, all right, do I have anything in my nose? Do I have anything crust in my eyes? Do I got anything around my mouth?
Yeah, you got crust on your lips. Crusty mouth.
But I have all of this. I'll check all those boxes, but never go to the lotion my hand box.
Let me tell you something. At least that was a while back. Truth Nation is truth be told. You know you ashy as a black person when your white friends tell you you're ashy. That's when you know you have reached the epitome of ashness. Last week, y'all remember my trainer, Wasey, who called in for our Fitness Friday segment a couple weeks ago? I was in the gym last week.
No, that was just last Friday. That wasn't a couple weeks ago.
Ain't nobody ask you for the exact timeline. Telly. Just be quiet.
We
Stop.
got to let people know.
Stop.
Let them know.
You're making it worse.
No, I'm not. Keep going.
Well, last week, maybe, allegedly. Wait, see, I was on this machine. I don't know the name of it. It's basically where if you can see me on YouTube, I'll do you do this.
Yeah, kind of like the squat. Somewhat.
But you got weights that you're,
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you, and you tell me. But
Kind of
anywho,
like the squat machine, basically.
And just so y'all know, you can follow my fitness journey. I have a whole separate Instagram just specific to my fitness journey. And you can feel free to follow me there too. What's it called? My handle, my username is FitDeeTee. That's FitDeeTee. You can follow me on Instagram, follow my fitness journey. But look, here it is. What's this machine?
I know what you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So
basically the squats.
The squat machine.
Yeah.
He was like, you a little ashy over on I said, I've never had a white person tell me that that's when you know the ash. And so he could see the reaction.
Ash is real.
So Wasey was like, oh, well, I played football and, I live with black family. I was like, no, it don't matter. When your white friend tells you that you ashy, you got some decision making to do. You got to reevaluate your life. You got to reevaluate your priorities
and get that corrected.
And what did I have right there in the locker? Oh, shoot. I showed the name of it. But yes, I'm telling y'all.
We got some action on the YouTube message board as well. DVJ says the two things they need, cocoa butter and Vaseline.
Show you right.
I'm telling you, just Vaseline
Just
alone.
Vaseline? But cocoa butter gives you that more, I don't know. Plus the smell is better, I think, cocoa butter. All right, y'all, we got to take a break. Pay some bills.
To be up on me, smelling me.
This is the best time to be booed up and on. I was going to say on close to someone.
Yeah.
I'm not. So before we go to break, Ben, I just got to say this because I'm not a doctor. Not even close. There's no way COVID exists in this weather.
Man.
Whatever COVID cooties hit the air, man, that temperature, it's got to kill it.
Yeah.
We said at the same time. All right, y'all, you're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. We got some updates regarding this presidential election. I think it's good news. Some of it is. Some of it not so much, but
some of it was predictable.
Very predictable.
Yeah.
And we're also going to give a shout out to a special recognition that took place during the Emmys yesterday. Way past overdue, but I'm glad that for the most part, people were able to smell their flowers. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth fans, it's Dee Kemp, Vice President of Programs for Axe Housing. I am so excited to give you some information about how we can help you and your family reach the dream of owning your own home. At Axe Housing, we know you may be struggling to buy your own home due to financial strain, or maybe you don't even know how to get started on the path to home ownership. This is where Axe Housing can help. We will provide you with your own home buying coaching team who will help you with the entire home buying process from start to finish. That includes the home search, the loan process, and the big closing day on your dream home. Why rent when you can own? Here at Axe Housing, we help prepare families for successful home ownership. Stop paying rent and start building wealth. Reach out to our Axe Housing team today because we believe in you and we know home ownership can be within your reach. Visit us today at axehousing.org to get started. That's ACTShousing.org.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org. That's 800-506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org.
Gamers, seeking top-notch tech services? PWD Computers is your ultimate destination. Custom-built gaming PCs for a high-end gaming experience. From Windows to Apple, with years of experience, PWD Computers are here for you. 3800 West Bleed Street. Open weekdays 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
The traffic and weather update on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth is sponsored by the City of Milwaukee's Direct Connect MKE. Make connections and explore career opportunities by visiting directconnectmke.com. A string of accidents that we've got to deal with right now. First of all, Highway 100 northbound at Wisconsin Avenue. We've got the right lane blocked with a crash. And we've also got one on 94 eastbound just east of Highway F in Waukesha County. 2 left lanes are blocked. Backups all the way back onto Highway 16. Northbound 4394, the ramp to get onto westbound 94 in the Marquette. We've got an accident off on the left shoulder there. And another one on 894 southbound right about at Beloit Road on the right shoulder. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a wind chill advisory in effect for all of southeastern Wisconsin until 9 a.m. tomorrow. For today, mostly sunny, windy, still bitter cold with a high of 4 above, wind chill of 15 to 30 below. And then tonight, partly cloudy, a touch warmer with a low of 2 below, wind chill of 15 to 25 below. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESP Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. After beating the Cowboys in the NFC wildcard round, the Packers are now shifting their focus to their next opponent, the San Francisco 49ers. However, not all news was good in that Sunday's win. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Packers edge rusher Kingsley Enagbare appears to have suffered a season-ending knee injury in that 48-32 wildcard win.
The next man up, that's just the mentality and the reality of the National Football League. And so another guy gets an opportunity. And
Packers set to face off with San Francisco on Saturday night. Over to college hoops, where the Marquette Golden Eagles snapped a 2-game losing skid with the 87-74 win on Monday afternoon against Villanova. Cam Jones led the way with 22, and Tyler Kolek added 21. And lastly, 2 more teams punched their ticket to the divisional round on Monday night. The Buffalo Bills knocking off Pittsburgh 31-17. They'll face off with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City next. And the Eagles falling in Tampa Bay to the Bucs by a final score of 32-9. Detroit up next for Tampa Bay. The Sports Update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Why you look at me, Ben? Why you look at me? Because you already know. See, Ben, he'll play these songs, and then he'll look at me like, you know, like a little bad kid. Look at his mama like, look, she can't. What Ben just did is what little kids do in the grocery store, because it's a public environment. So they'll show out because you're like, you know, you can't hit me in public. Oh, you don't think I can? I can't speak.
Like, woof.
when that back hoof of my foot, as we turn in the aisle corner, baby, you okay? You gotta be more careful when you turn the corners.
Yeah, but that song is kind of apropos for today. It's icy out there,
man,
and be careful. If you got to be out there, be careful.
But that's the thing. What's the reason why you got to be out there unless you
if
are
it's not work.
Unless you are an ER surgeon? What's the point?
Yeah, but take it slow. If you have to be out there, take it slow.
Milwaukee, the time is almost here, y'all. We have been entering Truth fans into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway, and on Wednesday, January 31st, we will finally pick our next one call, that's all, $5,000 giveaway winner. Tune in to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks on January 31st between noon and 1 to make sure you do not miss your call. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you do, we go on to the next caller until we find our $5,000 giveaway winner. Again, that is...
To the next.
Could you imagine that? Missed call. Woo! Anyway.
It should say 5 G's, missed call. You'll really lose it.
Just you saying it makes my spirit hurt. Again, that is the big Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway Wednesday, January 31st on Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Creation Muse on our YouTube message board says, those are working men, ashy knuckles. Now, if your lips are ashy, then you may have a case for something being off. That's where being a gentle woman comes into play. Grab that man's hand and help.
I ain't about to be putting my hands on no grown man's hands and
get cut. Like, man. Like,
you a whole grown adult man and you need me. Now, if you my man,
I went through an ashy lips phase in high school, and my sister used to get on me. I hope she's listening this morning, but she used to get on me so much, DT, that I kept chapstick on me 24/7.
And it's an essential item. Oh, look at you.
To this day.
Look at you.
I usually go with the beeswax, but they didn't went up. I had to make some financial decisions.
Well, let me tell you right now, the return on that investment, it's well worth it, okay? If you got to decide whether to pay your light bill or to get your lips moisturized, think about it and ask yourself, how much time do I need lights?
But boy, I'm gonna be ready when it's time to kiss somebody.
Right. But no, Creation Muse. I don't know what's more important to me on a man: moisturized lips or moisturized knuckles. That's a tough decision for me because both are crusty and unattractive.
You could put gloves on hands.
I'm so weak.
Am I right, Ben? Can't do nothing with the lips.
I'm okay, with the when it looks like powdered donuts, that's when it's like, okay, come on, like
let's do something.
Let's do something. All right, y'all. First, let's get into the Iowa Caucus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is truth be told. So, unlike other, talk radio shows, I'm Telly and we're gonna give you our truth, and then we want to hear your truth. The Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. Now, Telly, let's start with your truth. I'm going to just read facts. And then you tell me your truth based on these facts. Results from the Iowa Caucus. 3 candidates are remaining. Former President Donald Trump, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and U.S. Senator out of South Carolina, Nikki Haley. Donald Trump received 56,260 votes, which he now is the lead from the results in Iowa. Now, are you ready for this, Telly? Coming in at a strong number 2, Ron DeSantis. How many votes did he get? Now, remember, former President Trump received 56,260. Ron DeSantis, 23,420. Nikki Haley, 21,085. Now, you said something interesting. How many events did Ron DeSantis visit in the state of Iowa as part of his campaign?
So, as a part of his campaign, Ron DeSantis participated in 477 events, visiting all 99 counties in the state of Iowa. And Donald Trump visited Iowa 0 times.
Can you say it one more again for the folks in the back?
0 times Donald Trump visited the state of Iowa. And Ron DeSantis, 477 campaign events, visiting all 99 counties.
And as a result, during the Iowa 2024 Republican caucus, Donald Trump, which as Telly reported, did zero campaigning, is leading 56,260 votes, which puts him at 51%. DeSantis and Haley combined are at 40%. 40 delegates were at stake. Trump pretty much got them all. Now, America, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and in particular, Truth Nation. If this does not have a clear message, now, on the other hand, President Joe Biden's approval rate Can we do a fact check, Ben? The most recent approval rate for President Joe Biden? While Ben is doing that, and I'm going to echo the words of my 2-time Emmy Award-winning co-host. People, y'all better start preparing.
Yes.
Get your mind together on what you going to do and get ready. Because
yeah, come November, don't be like, man, I didn't think this would happen again.
The latest results in President Joe Biden's approval rate right now, as of today, January 16th, 2024, 39%. So that means out of every 10 Americans, only 4 of those 10 are feeling President Joe Biden. On the other side, the Republicans, they've made it clear who they want as not only the Republican candidate for the House of President of the United States, but also who they want to be president.
Absolutely.
Or excuse me, they not only let us know who they want on the ticket, on the Republican ticket, they've also let us know who they want to be the next president of the United States, number 47.
We know what you were saying.
Thank you. Thank you.
We know what
I
you were
forgot.
saying.
I had a corporate America moment. You know what, black folks, we heard you the first time. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
Here it is, DT. You're asking about what is the truth. The truth is, I would be so upset if I'm Ron DeSantis and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Man.
Because if I'm Ramaswamy, I'm thinking, man, I spent all this money. Like when we say, the candidate dropped out, that's just kind of just what it is to us. But to them, you got to think about all the hours of campaigning, all of the staff that no longer have a job. Their job was to campaign for you. All the money you have spent on commercials and throughout the country. Like, if you're running for president, you just can't buy commercial time in Wisconsin.
And think about it. Trump has had to invest $0 in the Iowa caucus. Now, here's the good news, y'all. Let me not say that because that's more my feeling. Vivek Ramaswamy, who happened to be the youngest candidate on the Republican side, suspended his campaign. When we come back from break, want to get your thoughts, Truth Nation, not just on Vivek Ramaswamy ending his campaign for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, but just based on what we've just shared with y'all. Okay? How are you feeling? The Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. You can also stream and watch Telly and I live right now on YouTube as well as X, formerly known as Twitter. When we come back, we're going to get more into this. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Today, we honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
In 1963, more than 250,000 people gathered in D.C. for the March on Washington. On this day in American history, Dr. King gave his historic I Have a Dream speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Dr. King's continued activism helped pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which ended the legal separation of people by race in public places. The act also banned job discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, or national origin.
Happy MLK Day from 1017 The Truth.
Whether you're an artist playing accountant, a barista trying to be a bean counter, or a student just looking to get started, the UW Credit Union app lets you be free to be you. With free credit scores, free online bill pay, and the ability to send money to friends. Because with fewer fees, you can do more of what you love. UW Credit Union, here for every you. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He has inspired generations of change leaders, and many more are to come. Let's celebrate his legacy by enjoying incredible speeches by Milwaukee Public Schools students.
I believe everyone is equal, but some people disagree or don't believe that. That is when we fail as a society. To me, the only reason we are different is because of our characteristics. But now we use that as an advantage to cause chaos. But why? Why should we feel scared after an incident that happened years ago? Why should they be the one to hurt our family? Even after the I Had a Dream speech, we still aren't free. Countries are fighting. Shootings are growing. People are dying. But why? Why can't we feel safe enough to just go outside when we have to worry about being kidnapped? All I wish for is a world that equals peace. No racism, no killing, no abuse. Just peace. So instead of waiting for it, let's create it. We can start in our homes and neighborhoods. Together, we can remake that world exactly how we imagined it. The people in your team will support and believe you. Just as I said before, let's remake that wonderful world. You know what they say, if we work together, we can get anything done. We can achieve our goal. We will create this peaceful world together.
Marcus Performing Arts Center and We Energies are proud to sponsor the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Speech Contest and pleased to share these extraordinary student speeches with you. More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Truth Nation. You heard Yeezy. The Black-owned business Give Back is back. We have again teamed up with Associated Bank to help local black businesses grow and succeed together. The home of Milwaukee Black Talk will be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 black businesses each quarter of 2024. To sign up for this incredible marketing opportunity, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC.
I had to give Telly a little lesson because my brother Telly, he's far removed. He's been out the game for about 80,000 years now. So we're in the studio. We have big monitors to make sure that we're up on the latest breaking news, just in case we have to give Truth Nation an update. Because we know a lot of y'all, we appreciate it. You rely on us to give y'all some information.
Yeah.
So ESPN is one of the channels that we watch. And I looked up and I was like, ooh, who is that? Telly was like, oh, that's such and such and such and such. I was like, okay, hold on, time out. We don't care about the name until we know who he is. Ladies, so I had to school Telly. We come back from break, and he was a very receptive student. So now,
good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
So
I've always been coachable.
You have. That's why you're who you are. When we come back from break, updates on the Republican Iowa Caucus that took place yesterday, y'all. Women lie, men lie, but numbers, they don't lie. We're going to give y'all these numbers so you can get ready for the realities that we're going to be facing during this upcoming presidential election. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The Truth app is home for all the Milwaukee Panther content you would want.
He'll dart baseline, and he will tomahawk it home with his right hand.
From conversations on the airwaves.
We're going to defend every board up the floor and every bounce and every pass. And we've got good depth, and you have to have good depth for the way we play.
To game highlights.
And at the top, rises for three over Young and buries it.
Find The Roar on the Truth app, Apple, Spotify, and wherever else you get your podcasts to keep up with Panthers hoops. Milwaukee's favorite station.
Please, Lisa, please, for the love of Jehovah, don't kick me or anybody with a prosthetic leg. Please. Why do I even gotta say please? Because what if you kick me and it falls off? I ain't gonna pick it up. You try to kick me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit you with your own leg. I'll teach you a lesson.
Coming with straight truth.
And you know what? If you want to make it about race, I need you to hold your black men accountable. Don't let these black men get away with anything. Because what does that say about you? Because if you're going to be that person who's not going to hold your own people accountable, we have nothing to talk about. I'm sorry, that's a real old school mentality, my guy.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
We got to get back into common courtesy.
Mm-hmm. It's about the family structure.
Right. It is.
Our extended family, we are all family in Milwaukee. Come on now.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It is cold out there, y'all. It's cold. Tell me something I don't know, Denise. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As much as it is cold, we hope that you are having a great week. For many of us, it's our first day back. That's one thing I do like about, one of the many things I like about the schedule. Like, you come back from the holiday and then you get one more little mini break. I mean, we didn't.
I was about to say, who
I know.
you speaking to? You actually had 2 events yesterday, so.
And I had to speak right after Bobby Portis. I was like, but you know what? This one lady, she was so sweet. Because it had to be about 1,000 people in the audience. Had to be. It was at the Brookfield Conference Center, and Bobby Portis,
nice.
He was presenting before me, and he's walking off the stage, and I'm walking on the stage. And anyway, afterwards, a lady walked up to me, and she said, you know what? I was more excited to see you than Bobby Portis. I was like, thank you. Because I was like, you got me going after Bobby Portis. Should not be like his warm up. But he was very nice, as always.
Nice.
And he was in great spirits, and he did great. So shout out to Bobby Portis. My son was like, man, FaceTime me. Oh yeah. Hey Bobby. Not that you got anything big going on in your life. Do you mind stepping over here and FaceTiming? Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. Maybe next time, D. All right. Republican presidential candidate update. Vivek Ramaswamy ended his campaign for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination last night after a disappointing finish in the Iowa caucuses. I quote him during his suspension speech. He says, "I will stick to the truth tonight. The first hard truth, and this was hard for me. I got to admit this, but we've looked at it every which way, and I think it is true that we did not achieve the surprise that we wanted to deliver tonight. Earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulate him on his victory, and now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency." And that came from Vivek Ramaswamy, who was the youngest candidate in the field. Businessman. I was going to say something, but I'm going to keep that to myself.
The funny thing about it, he never attacked Trump. If anything, they have defended his actions while president and even his actions without. I mean, every one of them said they would pardon him if they were elected president. So for him to say, I'm going to fully support Donald Trump, that doesn't surprise me. And I've never understood that. Like how you can attack someone, and then say,
"Oh, that's politics, though."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's one of the biggest things about politics.
At least Chris Christie walked away with his dignity. He said, "Hey, I'm not going to support him, or I'm not sure who I'm going to support." Why is it so important for you to say who you're going to back as soon as you suspend your campaign?
Because I want one of them cabinet seats.
You can still take your time.
I want one of them cabinet seats. He's probably going to invest a significant amount of money to support President Trump. I mean, that's politics.
Or he probably is saying, "Hey, man, I never said anything bad about you. You're going to need a running mate."
Speaking of which, so during the Republican Iowa caucus, the Republican caucus that took place in Iowa, Trump won huge. Like, and the number 2 and 3 combined still would not. Y'all, pay attention. Now we're going to see what happens in New Hampshire, because their upcoming 2024 presidential primary is coming up.
And that's going to be interesting. I think New Hampshire, I don't think it'll be a landslide for Trump in New Hampshire. I mean, because you got Maine that right next to New Hampshire that won't even put him on the ticket, on the ballot, rather.
Well, New Hampshire got bigger fish to fry right now. They got snow.
Yeah.
They got a whole lot of snow, and that's something else is going to impact how people show up during this primary.
But again, if 56,000 showed up and it was sub temperatures in Iowa as well, it was a lot of snow, and people were wondering if they were going to show up. But I knew he was going to win when I saw this one report. I was watching the news, and they were interviewing different people about if they were going to come out in these conditions. And one woman said, "I don't care how cold it is. I would tear down a door to go and vote for Trump." I said, I said, "Yep.
Yeah.
He going to win that state."
Donald Trump won by a landslide the Republican Iowa caucus that took place recently. As of yesterday, the results came out. 56,260 votes. So this gives him 20 delegates. Ron DeSantis, 23,420 votes. Nikki Haley, 21,085 votes. So
I can see it now. It just flashed, Denise. Just flashed to me.
Who?
Nikki's going to be Trump's running mate.
Because she's a woman?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do.
That would be strategic on his part.
Absolutely.
Him and Ron DeSantis? Come on now.
Yeah, no, I knew he doesn't want no parts of Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
He wants no parts of him. But Nikki Haley, I could totally see that, because he's going to play to his base. And who does he try to cater to? He tries to put fear in the suburban moms, in their mindset of, hey, if you don't elect me, things are going to happen to you, or you're not going to be safe, or this, that, and the other. So I think he's going to make sure he gets that demographic, and then he already have their husbands.
But here's the thing, Telly. I'm still processing, and you said this last week and the week before. You've said this several times. President Trump, former President Trump, 91 criminal counts, did 0 campaigning in Iowa, and has won by a landslide.
Been indicted in 3 different states.
Oh, and in other news, we'll talk about this. We're going to probably talk about this tomorrow. The Fulton County judge, they try to do that with President Obama too. I knew they was going to do this. they've been digging up some stuff on her, and allegedly she's been having inappropriate relationships.
Oh, here we go.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
What does that got to do with her decision-making on this case?
And by the way, when Trump was on that bus with, what's his name from Entertainment Tonight or Inside Edition, Billy Bush, and was on audio, recorded audio, where he was, saying you got to grab a woman by.
Yeah.
And so, anywho, this is my. So here's the defense. Well, I shouldn't say defense. Here's the response from the Biden administration, in particular, Vice President Kamala Harris, when she was asked during an interview on Good Morning America, how does she feel about the recent numbers that took place or that came out of the Republican caucus? Do you know what her response was?
What was that? We ain't gonna do it this time, Joe.
It was worse than we did it. She says, we beat him before, we'll beat him again. That was her response. Now, as a black woman, I'm very, and I don't want that to be taken as a criticism of Kamala Harris. Because as a black woman, I'm intentional, Telly, I am, about how I comment or, even share things about black people and especially black women. Vice President Kamala Harris, do better.
Yeah.
That was your response? We've beat him before, we'll beat him again. Now, I do believe in manifestation, and I do believe in being optimistic. But we talking about the President of the United States.
But then there's a thin line of delusion, too, and facing reality. And the reality is Trump numbers are very, very strong.
It's like Mike Tyson, 1991, strong.
And it don't seem like, even 3 indictments didn't hurt his numbers. Actually, they helped his numbers, which is the weirdest thing ever.
Think about from a psychological standpoint. Like when you're running for president, everybody's like, okay, we gotta do these campaigns.
Do that.
We gotta do this, grassroots. Da, da, da. President Trump was like, I ain't gotta do nothing. Yeah. And you've got these criminal charges that I ain't got to do nothing.
I just got to, try to get these charges to get pushed back after the election. That's my main focus.
Did you see when he announced, that when it was announced that he won, did you see him and his 2 sons? It was like a stage of just all white men running for a country that is supposed to be a United States that had immigrants from all over coming to this country. You've got all types of people. And it was a stage just of white men. White men.
But you know who don't see that as a problem? White men.
And apparently white women and some other folks.
Yes. LT hit us up on the True Talk to text line. You can as well. Truth Nation 833-212-1017. LT says New Hampshire has a different demographic than Iowa. In Iowa, everybody looks like Trump, is the same age. Unless you go to college there's nobody black except like 50 people. LT, as much as I would like to push back on that, I can't. I lived in Des Moines, Iowa for 2 years, from 2003 to 2005, and you are absolutely correct. There weren't a whole lot of us up there. What about New Hampshire, though? I don't think they've ever had a Freaknik in New Hampshire.
It's too soon. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to manage the documentary.
It ain't a whole lot of black people in New Hampshire either.
But here's my thing. I'm still processing how we as a country, what is the message that when you have a person running to run the free world and run a country that has a makeup of all types of different people, whether it's race, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, religion, spirituality. And then on the screen, it's just 4 white men standing there like, this is America. Mm-hmm. White men. This is leadership in America. And people are like, there's not. If former President Barack Obama had won the Democratic caucus in Iowa and stood on the stage and had Jesse Al, 3 other black men, and
it'd be a problem.
It would have been a huge problem.
It would have been a problem.
But that's where we are. In this country in 2024.
I think sometimes you got to believe people when they say different things. Donald Trump said when he was running, I can go and commit murder on 5th Avenue in New York and nothing will happen to me.
And he's so right.
And
here's the thing. I'm not mad at former President Trump.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him at all because here's one thing you can say about him. He tells you exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
It's the voters. I'm trying to understand. Is like, I remember, when President Trump won the most, the last time he was elected, I was like, all these people in my face would tell me I would never vote for Trump. Trump is a monster. Somebody was lying.
76 million people were lying.
I'm like, now hold up. And then, women, oh my God, he's just an egotistical, misogynist, bigoted, sexist, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, now wait a minute. You saying that, but somebody is lying because when you went behind that curtain.
I think this is, I've never seen in my lifetime so many people have an allegiance towards someone who doesn't care about them.
Man.
Everyone knows Trump only cares about Trump. Do you possibly think you living in a trailer in somewhere in freaking Kentucky, you think he cares about you?
Or would break bread or hang out or have a beer? No. He just told all women, literally, he literally said to all women, y'all are objects to me. I've had 3 baby mamas. I got about 8 kids that we count for. I got some sprinkles allegedly at other states.
Yeah.
And you vote for but here's the thing, again, do not tell me that race is not a factor because if any of this, even just a little bit of this was part of former President Obama's
I wouldn't go
bio
down.
or resume. Now, on the Truth Talking text line, LT says also, Thomas says, unless black voters vote, we might as well get ready for a Trump presidency, and I'm hating the thought.
Look, Trump can come out today and say, I want Eric, my son, to be my running mate, and he still would win.
Donald Trump can come out and say, I want to announce my running mate. You've known him for a long time. He's played a major role in many of our lives. Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog is going to be my running mate. Yes!
I thought you were going to say, y'all been knowing him, and you apparently love him. Me. We ain't going to have no vice president. I could do this myself.
And then, I'm like, okay, so what's the Democratic Party? What's the... And here go Vice President Kamala Harris. We've beat him before. We'll beat him again. Hello? Did you not see the numbers? And President Biden, he's not looking as strong as he did when he ran against Trump, 4 or 5 years ago?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Vice President Kamala Harris, call me.
That's like somebody
we gotta
winning the Super Bowl. Like, you know what? We won it before.
We're going to win it again.
We're going to win it again.
We did it, Joe. Do it, Telly.
We did it, Joe.
I told y'all. Y'all going to get me. That's my Link sister.
She did that. We didn't make her say that.
We did it, Joe. We did it before, and we're going to do it again. That's your response? Did you not see the numbers? That's like some of them people who'll be like, your house is on fire. God's going to put the fire out. Well, God gave us a brain. Look, I don't need to go to work. God's going to pay my bills. I think the Bible clearly says faith without work is dead.
Hey,
that's just the Bible that I read.
Isn't this this is the total duplication of that scene in Harlem Nights? when they're shooting all those guns. And then the last guy comes in, doof, pow.
Pow. Right. That is a great analogy.
That's exactly what happened. Trump is out there with, and then here comes
Kamala Harris. Kamala. Pow.
Pow.
We did it, Joe.
We did it.
We beat them before. And what did Arsenio Hall do? He took his hat off his smack.
You get that little stuff out of here.
Woo! We are not making this up, y'all.
No.
This is what we call reacting, because that was one of the most delusional statements I ever heard in my life. Like, Telly, when we come back, I'm going to tell y'all how I would have responded as the vice president of the United States if the reporter would have asked me that question. We're going to do some role play. When we come back, stay tuned. You're going to hear how I would have responded. 833-212-1017 is the Truth Talking text line. How would you have responded based on the results of the Republican Iowa Caucus if you were a Democratic vice presidential candidate? Well, she's not a candidate, but how would you have responded? You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices. One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King described a true education as one successfully combining intelligence and character. Concordia University prepares learners for meaningful lives of leadership and service to meet all of life's callings. They offer world-class programs online and face-to-face in a faith-based, student-focused environment. Classes are small, opportunities endless. Visit cuw.edu to learn more. 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris is at the MLK Prayer Breakfast event at Concordia. This is an invitation-only event. We invite you to listen to the event live on The Truth Saturday, January 20th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. This brunch at Concordia University, hosted by Walter Goodwin, the director of the Office of Multicultural Engagement, and is a gathering honoring Dr. Martin Luther King, a time of reflection and prayer, Saturday, January 20th. The theme this year, it is written based on the scripture in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future."
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Associated Bank, they know opportunity can't wait. If you're a female or minority small business owner, their Community Uplift loans could be for you. Loans range from $5,000 to $50,000. Get funds in as little as one business day. Talk to a relationship manager today about a Community Uplift loan and other business banking services. Call 800-270-7725. Visit AssociatedBank.com or stop by your local branch. Because you help build the Midwest and your neighborhoods, they got your back. Associated Bank, your money works here. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
At Blissful Infinity, they are dedicated to your beauty and well-being. Located here in Milwaukee, their skilled experts offer a warm and friendly atmosphere for your perfect look. From massages to lymphatic massages, skincare to lash extensions, and much more. Using only the best products and techniques, their experts stay updated with the latest trends. Blissful Infinity values your time and strives to make your visit enjoyable with flexible scheduling. Contact Blissful Infinity today for top-quality services. Blissful Infinity, where your beauty meets perfection.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Before break, we were talking about the results of the Republican Iowa Caucus. former President Donald Trump won by a landslide. And reaction from the Democratic Party, i.e. Vice President Kamala Harris, was, we've beat him before, we've beat him again.
Which isn't a very strong statement. So what we're about to do is I'm going to play reporter because
Ruby, don't hang up. We see you, Ruby. Don't hang up.
This
Hold
is
on a second.
Real quick
yes,
because I do have a little experience playing reporter, and DT is going to be Vice President Kamala Harris. So, Madam Vice President, former President Donald Trump just won in a landslide in a state that he did absolutely zero campaigning in. What is your reaction?
As much as these numbers are for many Americans putting some uncertainty, fear, and even frustration, as the vice president of this country, along with President Biden, we are committed and dedicated to making sure that whatever is best for this country, that's going to put voters in positions of wealth, safety, assurance of being an American citizen, that's where we're focusing on. These numbers are real, but it cannot serve as a distraction or deterrent to what's best for this country and the American people. And that is what Joe and I are committed to every day until we are reelected in November.
And then you say, we beat him before, we could beat him again.
Can being the opposite. Yeah. We beat him before, and our objective is to beat him again. That would have been my response. What do you think, two-time Emmy Award-winning journalist?
Great answer.
Thank you. We did it, Joe. That's not working. Ruby, thank you so much for holding. Ruby, you are live with DT and Telly on Truth Be Told. What is your question or comment?
How you guys doing this morning? How you doing this New Year's?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. I haven't saw you guys since Juneteenth. That's when I first met you. This is my first time calling in.
Well, we appreciate you calling. We miss you.
My comment is this: y'all forgetting. I see the pattern that Donald Trump trying to do. If he get a running mate to be a lady, he trying to do what Joe Biden doing. He had his wife to speak the same speech that Michelle did. He don't like them, so he'll do anything to try to bring them down.
Mm-hmm. Ruby, I definitely, yes, I agree with you on the strategy.
Yeah, he got a pattern going there with them. He want to bring his family, Joe Biden's family down because they're trying to bring his family down. You watch the pattern that he's doing.
Well, Ruby,
if he get a lady for a running mate, that's why he getting one because Kamala Harrison is Joe Biden running mate.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a strategy because again, women voters during the last president, when Donald Trump was on the ticket the last time as the Republican candidate, they voted for him.
Oh, a lot.
Black women didn't.
Yeah. He might get that guy that he told him to run in 2016. He might get that old guy that he brought up on the stage. He might get them, might be fooled all the way around. But I think he's going to be fooled all the way around. I think they're going to wait till you get to running, and that's when all them trials going to come down on it.
Well, Miss Ruby, we appreciate your call. We appreciate you sharing your perspective. We hope that we see you before Juneteenth.
And call in again.
And you can call it. Look, we're going to have to get Miss Ruby as our political correspondent. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. The Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. On the Truth Talking text line, LT says the Democratic Party has to go opposite on Donald Trump. Stop indicting him because he is now showing up in court and using it as a platform for free advertising. I definitely agree with LT on that.
The judge had to put him in check in New York about that.
Stop giving him all this attention. It energizes his base. Now, LT, I don't think I've said this in a while with you, but I 101.7% agree with that statement.
Yes.
That's free advertising.
It sure is.
Why do I need to campaign on stuff when, look, you see me walking into a court, I'm looking presidential, I'm looking powerful. But the more you see me, the more you don't forget about me. Oh, yeah, that definitely.
He knows what he's doing. I mean, how many people asks the judge if they could give their own closing argument?
It's not funny, but it is.
For real. This dude went in there and said, hey, I want to do a closing argument. And the judge was ahead of him and said, look, you can't turn this into a political rally and this, that, and the other. And as soon as he opened his mouth, that's what he started doing. And then he made him shut up. And then he comes out of the courtroom talking about unfairly he was being treated in there.
On the Truth Talking text line, Thomas says, like Dallas Cowboys saying, we didn't try hard enough. The Packers were just better.
Look, it is Donald Trump has not only learned the game, he created the game and has perfected the game.
So now what? So now that we have the numbers in front of us, and it is looking as of today that President Trump is going to be the Republican candidate for president of the United States. If not that, he might even win. So now what? Truth Nation, what does this mean for you? 833-212-1017. Now, as Telly had mentioned, however you decide in terms of preparing for this upcoming presidential election,
no, this is a real option.
This is yes. Now, as for me, I'm preparing in terms of making sure that I'm looking out for me and mine, because I can't. Both Biden and Trump, they don't give me a warm, fuzzy feeling in terms of the state of this union. So, speaking of state, I want to share with y'all. I know we do a lot of information sharing regarding small businesses, micro businesses, and black and brown owned businesses. I want to share with y'all an event that is taking place tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time. It's called the State of Small Business. I'm going to be in attendance, and some of the speakers, this is a virtual event, so you can literally be in your warm home. You don't have to leave the house.
Is Mr. Ken Little on that list?
He should be, but he's not.
Okay.
We do have the U.S. Small Business Administration Deputy Director, Office of Government Contracting. Alicia Sheard will be one of the speakers. Federal Reserve Bank Senior Advisor Emily Ryder Pearl-Meter. My business coach, who's also been a guest on this show, Cynthia Nevels, as well as Saudia Davis. And when I tell y'all this is a lineup, who is the president of Ivy Strategy Consultant and a business owner genius. So while everybody is trying to figure out, I'm over here preparing and making sure I'm getting mine. So this is the State of Small Business virtual conference, workshop, however you want to classify it, for people of color, for women, anybody who's interested in learning more about the state of small business. So you want to go to www.bit.ly/State of Small Business 2024. If you are interested and you didn't get that, hit us up on the Truth Talking text line. And actually, you know what? Let me see if I can put this on the YouTube. So you got to follow us.
Yep.
I'm gonna put the link.
Information.
I'm gonna put the link in YouTube chat board in case anybody's interested. But I will be there because I'm not putting my fate, success, or anything else in the hands of either one of these humans.
But the great news is, and you always got to try to find some sort of silver lining in this. The good news in this, DT, is we've already seen this movie before.
Man.
So don't get caught a second time.
Well, this movie is different, though, in a little bit. Well, I shouldn't say little way. This movie has added the realities of no more DE&I.
Yeah.
We're not talking about slavery. We're not talking about the impact that it's still having on black, brown. Matter of fact, the repercussions of slavery impact the whole country. Period.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're telling me on both sides of the ticket, or I should say three, because you got the independent, because Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy is still, Jr. is still running.
He's still out there?
I haven't received any news that he suspended his campaign. He's on the independent ticket, and young voters love him. He's like the Bernie Sanders for this election. Young voters love RFK Jr. And so with all of that, I can no longer depend on what is deemed and regarded as quality leadership in this country. Quality leadership. Especially when you have people saying, we're not talking about inclusion. We're not talking about, we got to teach these kids how to think.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And fresh off the heels,
we don't see color.
Someone who fought their entire lives for equality. Let's get rid of a program that includes equity.
Those kind of narratives, if that is at the forefront.
Yeah.
Now, I will just say this. What do you mean, Denise? What's wrong with saying we don't see color? Because when you tell me that you don't see my color, you're telling me you don't see me.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with you saying, hey, Telly, as a black man, I want to learn more. As a black man, I don't have a problem with you embracing that I'm black. It's just when you treat me with disrespect, bias, or discrimination, that's when the color becomes problematic. But no, see my color. Yeah. Please, because Lord knows I don't have the privilege of where no matter how much money I have in my bank account or how little money, I'm still an NIG. You get my point.
Look. Yeah. Be prepared, people. 2024. Be prepared.
It's already letting us know.
Yes.
You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. We come back. The Emmys last night finally recognized one of our greatest, if not greatest, comedies of all time, sitcoms. We're going to tell you who that is and how the Emmys honored and recognized this incredible show that impacted all of our lives during the 90s. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Social injustices have created a long-standing list of disparities in education access and the quality of education. Injustice is also seen in sexuality education provided to students. Students really need the full spectrum of what it means to have the information so that they can take care of themselves. Reproductive justice leaders advocate for schools to provide comprehensive sexuality education, which helps students to prevent unintended pregnancies and obviously increase their chances of graduating. It's really important for the listeners to remember that even if you don't have students in MPS, even if you're not a parent, those students are part of our community and they deserve our support. The more that they receive, the better off they are, the better off our community is.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute on the new 1017 The Truth.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org. That's 800-506-5596 or visit www.kwwf.org.
If you're a veteran, join the Soldiers to Civilians Self-Care Sundays free bi-weekly group wellness session for the local veteran community. Every other Sunday at the Sherman Phoenix from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Learn more at shermanphoenix.com or at 262-228-6021.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
The traffic and weather update on the award-winning 1017 The Truth is sponsored by the City of Milwaukee's Direct Connect MKE. Make connections and explore career opportunities by visiting directconnectmke.com. We've got a couple of accidents just got cleared up. The one on 94 eastbound just east of Highway F in Waukesha County had the two left lanes blocked for the longest time. Do still have the delays heading back towards Meadowbrook Road and onto Highway 16, so those are working themselves out. And the other accident that got cleared northbound 4394 to westbound 94 in the Marquette. Now we do have another accident that's being dealt with right now. Westbound 894 at 60th Street, right lane's blocked because of a spin out that happened. Cars facing the wrong way there, so that's going to be causing some headaches as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, wind chill advisory in effect for all of southeastern Wisconsin until 9 tomorrow. But for today, mostly sunny, windy, still bitter cold, a high of 4 above with wind chill of 15 to 30 below. Then tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 2 below with wind chill of 15 to 25 below. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ES Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snime. After beating the Cowboys in the NFC wildcard round, the Packers are now shifting their focus to their next opponent, the San Francisco 49ers. However, not all news was good in that Sunday's win. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Packers edge rusher Kingsley Engebare appears to have suffered a season-ending knee injury in that 48-32 wildcard win.
The next man up, that's just the mentality and the reality of the National Football League. And so another guy gets an opportunity. And
Packers set to face off with San Francisco on Saturday night. Over to college hoops, where the Marquette Golden Eagles snapped a 2-game losing skid with the 87-74 win on Monday afternoon against Villanova. Cam Jones led the way with 22, and Tyler Kolek added 21. And lastly, two more teams punched their ticket to the divisional round on Monday night. The Buffalo Bills knocking off Pittsburgh 31-17. They'll face off with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City next. And the Eagles falling in Tampa Bay to the Bucs by a final score of 32-9. Detroit up next for Tampa Bay. The Sports Update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tell me, how did I get life? Oh, yeah. Talk to me.
You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Check this out, y'all. This is just my opinion, but the best sitcom of all time finally received their flowers during the Emmys last night. The 75th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards broadcasted last night, and the cast of Martin was reunited. Now, when I say they received their flowers, did they receive an Emmy? No, because the sitcom ended in the 90s, and we're in 2024. But they should have been. And so I believe that the Emmys had to recognize that this show that aired for 5 seasons, and each season had 23 episodes. They don't even do that stuff anymore.
Nah.
We've got some audio from Martin, who spoke to the audience, and on the stage was Tachina Arnold, Tisha Campbell, Martin Lawrence, of course, and what's Cole's? Carl Payne.
Carl Payne.
Here we go. Last night,
Cole Brown.
Martin was recognized by the Emmys. Here's some audio from Martin Lawrence.
It's all good. It's all good. You know, I'm just excited to be here on the Emmy stage with this tremendous cast of the Martin Show.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
They were never even nominated.
Which is nuts.
132 episodes, 5 seasons, were never even nominated.
How many Emmys did Seinfeld,
Friends,
and Friends?
Whole bunch.
Yeah.
So they didn't, even though they didn't win, I was appreciative that they finally were recognized by the Emmy.
I liked how they staged it too, because they had the old Martin apartment that like 90% of the scenes took place in, and they had all of them come in. But I was telling Denise during the break, it is kind of sad that Tommy is no longer around, and I mean that would have really made it all complete. But the whole cast was there. Besides, of course, Thomas Ford, who passed away. Wow, it's been a minute now. I'm gonna look it up and see when.
Yeah, that was a shock when Tommy passed, because he was like what, 51, 52? He was very young.
He was pretty young. Yes.
Very, very young. So shout out to the entire Martin cast. Now, I'm not trying to start an argument, but Martin, that show goes down to me as the number one comedy show of all time. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I can't think of any other sitcom that was as funny, that ran for 5 seasons, 132 episodes. Like, everybody watches Martin. Martin is one of the most syndicated sitcoms to this day.
Yeah.
You know, like the younger generation, they watch Martin.
Yeah. Tommy Ford passed away in 2016. Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Almost 8 years ago.
And side note, Dan, thank you for reminding me to put the website address for the State of Small Business virtual conference tomorrow. So I'm doing that right now, but you got to go to YouTube, because it's a long hyperlink. I'll say it verbally, and then I'm going to put it in the YouTube chat. www.bit.ly/State of Small Business 2024. www.bit.ly/State of Small Business 2024. This is the State of Small Business virtual conference tomorrow at 10 a.m. You have to register. They got some heavy hitters on the panel, including the U.S. Small Business Administration Deputy Director Alicia Sheard, and the Federal Reserve Bank Senior Advisor Emily Ryder. We got work to do, y'all.
Yes. Yes.
We got a lot of work to do in terms of getting, like Telly said, don't wait on the election.
Man, you better start preparing now.
Start preparing.
It's not like, again, you haven't seen what a Donald Trump presidency looks like.
Mm-mm.
We've seen it. And don't think it ain't going to come back harder, stronger, and more defiant. And that's the thing that I think we really get caught up in sometimes, DT, is short memories. We're always
or selective.
Yes.
Selective
we're
and short.
of the moment. Like, you got to think back to some of the things that was going on back then.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the government down because they ain't want to give them no money for the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There were people with tiki torches on an American university campus. University of Virginia in Charlottesville, walking around. Someone died.
And he said that both
sides
what was the
people
are good
or,
people, yeah. Something to that effect.
There's good people on both sides or something. Like, so, again, people, only thing I can say is be prepared, because it's...
Can we queue up when we come back from break? I mean, I know we're not going, but when we do come back from break, I want my Truth of the Matter to be one of the greatest theme songs of my life. Bobby Brown, On Our Own. Can you cue that up? Because if I was you and you were me, we want to be winning. If you want something bad, you gotta want to take it. Hey, Bobby Brown told y'all. Now I found out what nothing is given. Don't know where the cards may fall. That should be, now see, that's what Kamala Harris should be playing as the campaign. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control.
No, we beat them once, we'll beat them again.
Whew.
We're going to try to do it again, Joe.
That's
Courtney hit us up on the True Talk to Text line. The DNC did not plan for this correctly.
Let them know.
I blame them.
Yes.
Joe should not be the one.
Come on.
They should have put Madam VP in a better position to be running instead. Someone has to put Agent Orange away. We cannot survive 4 years of him. He is a
facet monster.
He will destroy modern America.
Courtney, no argument from here.
Hey.
No argument from this side.
Now, DT, I'm going to hold your foot to the fire.
Good, because it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Please hold my foot to the fire.
You said that the Democrats are cooking up something big.
Well, I don't know now.
They better drop that bomb before it's too late.
We beat them before.
Yeah.
We beat them again.
It's like if you're in a tied ball game, you don't save your best play to the next game. You better draw up your best play and hope that your players execute it.
They need to, but see, the thing is, I still believe they're going to drop a bomb, the Democratic National Party, but they got to do it now.
I'm about to say.
Because Trump, the country just let y'all know.
They are letting you know who they want to move forward.
And Courtney, I want to underscore my previous statement. This is frustrating for a lot of Americans, but guess what? You cannot be mad at Trump. Cannot be mad at him. You got to look how they say at church. Look to your neighbor to the left.
Yeah.
And look to your neighbor to the right and be like, one of y'all is lying.
Yeah.
You're fibbers.
It is not him. It's funny when people feel like some people get overpaid. It ain't like whoever you're thinking of walked into that person's office and said, give me this much money or you're dead.
Let them know.
Somebody had to agree to give you that money. Same thing here. It's not like Trump is going in and well, let me be careful because he has kind of taken the country by hostage at certain times, but it's not like he can put himself in as president.
Man.
Somebody has to vote for him.
When we come back from break, to Telly's point, somebody is voting for Trump. A lot of somebodies are voting for Trump. When we come back from break, I want to close out with my truth of the matter, Telly's truth of the matter. Of course, LT says the Cosby Show was better than Martin. Okay, that's your opinion. I'm not going to argue with that. Whatever. Truth be told with DT and Telly on this is the best morning show on planet. See, LT, you got me all discombobulated. You're staying tuned to the only station in the country that gives you 11 consecutive hours of Black Talk Radio. The Truth. We'll be back.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee Black Talk. They think that black people don't wash their hands. So when they designed the automatic bathroom faucets and the automatic paper towel dispensers, they never thought to have that UV light be sensitive to or recognize black skin. They literally think, well, black people don't need paper towels. They don't wash their hands, so we don't need to have the sensors activate when a black person waves their hands. I'm not kidding you.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Are you an older adult or an adult with disability who makes too much for Medicaid benefits? Well, good news. You may qualify for $7,200 to help pay for short-term or continuous in-home services through the new Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports pilot program. If you qualify, it can help pay for things like specialized medical equipment, home modifications, personal care, and other services that improve your quality of life. Do yourself a favor and don't leave this opportunity on the table. You deserve to live life to the fullest. Find out if you qualify right away by visiting county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Again, that's county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Or call 414-289-6874. Again, that's 414-289-6874. Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. Live your life to the fullest.
Okay, Fred, so I got some questions.
What's up?
Where should I go if I want to start my own business?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, Fred, so where should I go if my kid needs an internship? Or if I need a job, where do I go?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, so what if I want to work for a company that believes in diversity, has great benefits, and growth for people like us?
You already know. It's EerieInsurance.com.
Man, so Fred, I just need to go to Erie Insurance?
Go to EerieInsurance.com for all that you need.
It's amazing!
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between The Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Melanie Ricks will be joined by Amy Kolb, VP and Business Deposit Product Manager at Associated Bank. Amy and Mel will highlight Associated Bank's great business checking account options for small businesses and discuss how you can best utilize their digital banking app. So again, tune into the Business Spotlight with Associated Bank this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Learn from experts at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Their faculty is recognized worldwide as leaders in their fields. You'll get to know them in small classes and through hands-on learning opportunities. There are more than 200 programs for you to be able to choose from. Plus, new freshmen are automatically considered for merit scholarships. With a merit scholarship, you can receive up to $6,000 over 4 years. Find out why thousands of students are choosing UWM. Apply now at uwm.edu.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Don't let it ride, Ben. That's my theme song right there, Telly. Let's do the lyrics. Literally, this song was recorded I think in 1989. It was the theme song for Ghostbusters 2. Every lyric.
Yeah.
Every lyric.
It's amazing how things that, were made so long ago still applies in 2024.
Now that I found out that nothing is given. Dude, I'm telling y'all, I play this song, especially when I'm about to go work out, because I do a lot of thinking when I'm, working out. We on our own, y'all.
Yeah.
Bobby told y'all. Look. I'm like Whitney, the king of R&B. Bobby! That's what Kamala Harris should have said. Well, I guess we're going to have to take control. Shoot, that's my truth of the matter. I'm serious. I'm done. That is it. On our own, Bobby Brown, 1989, yes. Ghostbusters Part 2.
And my truth of the matter is this is a generation and an era. We talk a lot about being woke. This is a time you definitely need to make sure you are awake, because these things that we were saying for the past 3 years that it's a possibility or it could happen, and then when you thought that he got all these counts against him, that there's no way that he's going to win the president of the United States again. But based off of what his results were in Iowa and across the country versus the numbers of Biden's approval rating, just be aware and be prepared, because this is a real possibility that Donald J. Trump can end up being the 47th president of the United States.
Let them know, Bobby. Well, I guess we gonna have to take control. Do the wild. Look at y'all. Look at me, y'all. Hey, put that. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not waiting on Biden or Trump.
The messed up thing about that, DT, is there's a lot of people that are okay with that.
Well, like my daddy used to say, there's two types of people in this world. The real and the suckers. That's all for today.
We out of here, sucker.
The real and the suckers. We love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Up next, Sherwin Hughes. You got 9 more hours of consecutive live Black Talk Radio. This is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Same time, same channel. We look forward to hearing and seeing y'all tomorrow. Make it a great day.
Peace out.
coming with straight truth.
I'm not saying cut the person off and don't give them any money at all. I'm saying it has to be earned. This just dropping loot and giving it to people is weird to me, because that's why in many cases we're in the predicament we are. That's why usually 5 years after people get money from a death in the family, they're broke. And all I can say, there's a reason for that.
Listen to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. 101.7 The Truth is now the proud home of Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball. Tune in every week so you don't miss out on the classic rivalry game we all love, the high-flying dunks that leave us in awe, and the memorable moments where Milwaukee basketball legends are born. City Conference basketball on 101.7 The Truth is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hits segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people. But anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people